and a very good morning to all the people who have joined from Middle East. So a very good morning to you all. My name is Nitin Garg, and I am one of the directors with Invest Advice. It's indeed my pleasure to welcome you all to this unique session, and I promise you that you will have a takeaway from this session in terms of new understanding, knowledge, and a lifetime investment opportunity. When I say investment, it's not just related to real estate, but we are going to talk about an ecosystem which is about lifestyle, life care, and enjoying your life to the fullest. Now, events over the last 3 months, they have suddenly slowed down things for all of us, gave all of us a break to introspect the way we are living our lives. While it has not been easy for many, at the same time, it has given us an opportunity to spend the time with our family, enjoying the simple pleasures of life. So, in fact, I wanted to relate to my own personal life. So during the lockdown, I got stuck at my native place in Meerut, and the good thing was my parents were there. But indeed, it was after a long time that I enjoyed, the quality of life. I enjoyed the simple things in my life after a long time. So whether it was taking a stroll, at the terrace with my wife, or whether spending time with my kids, over a game of chess. So it was a really wonderful time. And in fact, if I can take all of you on a nostalgic journey of the times when all of us would spend time without a worry in the world, like living life in complete harmony, especially when in the summer vacation we used to go to our parents and grandparents' place. So it was like, waking to the sounds of birds chirping, going for a walk in the serene surroundings, eating fresh home cooked food, spending and playing games with the family. So today's session is all about, a similar opportunity that we all generally pine for, but in the rat race of life, we hardly get to slow down and look at things. So today we are going to talk about an opportunity which would allow us to live life exactly this way, where we can enjoy the life. This way of life is already prevalent in Western countries, and over the last 20 years, most of us have seen the quality of life that we can aspire for. So we truly believe that this opportunity, the time for this opportunity has come to India. We are ready for it because we have people who are aspiring for such kind of lifestyle, and today we can really make use of these kind of opportunities. Now, before I introduce the speaker for the day to you, I would like to set some ground rules, make yourself familiar. So even earlier, I was seeing many hands being raised. So you can, there is a Q&A button on the right-hand side of your screen, on the bottom right-hand side of your screen. So during the presentation, if you have any queries, you can please use this Q&A button to type in your queries. I will try to consolidate and answer as many queries towards the end of the session. So the presentation will be between 30 to 40 minutes, followed by 15 minutes Q&A session. And we would try to answer as many queries as we can during those 15 minutes. Now, I'm going to introduce a person to you whose name is synonymous with victory and triumph. And this is what he has endeavored to do throughout his life, through his love of knowledge and a keen sense of understanding things. A chartered accountant, he has over 20 years, 27 years of experience in the areas of strategic initiatives and sales. And he has been with the Max Group for the last 20 years. So currently he is the Director of Community Development with Antara Senior Living. And please allow me to welcome Mr. Sanjay Bhatia. Mr. Sanjay Bhatia, thanks so much for joining, and over to you.
Thank you, Nitin. Thank you so much. Namaskar and good morning, good afternoon, participants. And a very you've taken time from your Saturday to attend this talk. I'm truly obligated and honored. Thank you so much. Today I'm going to talk about, a concept, a very powerful concept, an idea, which which possibly is going to change the lives of seniors in the country. Ashish, can you move on to the next slide, please? Yeah, the next slide. This is my most favorite saying. There is nothing more powerful than an idea whose time has come. And actually, the time has come. If we look around in our country, today the fastest growing age segment in the country is the seniors. Between 12 to 14 crore seniors in the country as of now, and this number is likely to. Ashish, you can move on to the next slide, please. And this number is likely to grow to 10% of the population of the country by the year 2025. 17% of our seniors are living alone, independent of their children. And a very scary thing which is happening is, though it's a very morbid discussion and I don't want to talk or don't want to scare about it, but the fact is that more than 50% of seniors at some point in time in their seniors have faced issues with addiction or some kind of abuse, which is actually very scary. Uh, and if we talk about the social fabric in the country, it's very fast changing. There's increase in number of nuclear families. Children are moving to other parts of the country or other parts of the world for sake of their jobs. And as I said, nearly 17% of seniors are living independent of their children, and this number is likely to go up. And if we talk about the number of units which are dedicated, residential dwelling units dedicated to seniors in the formal senior living sector, this number is limited to only 5,000 in the country. Nearly 12,500 senior living units in India, formal and informal put together. And in Delhi NCR, while the number of seniors is approximately 5 million, and the number of senior living units in Delhi NCR are barely 1,600 in the entire North India, including Delhi NCR. So that is why we very strongly believe that the time for this idea has come. Let me now talk about in brief about who we are. My organization that I represent, Antara Senior Living, is part of Max India Group. Ashish, can you move on, please? And Max India, over the last 30 years, has been involved in various businesses associated with life. As far as life is concerned, we are a very trusted name in the country, with more than 30 years of track record of building and scaling new businesses and nurturing successful partnerships with global players, with 2.5 billions of revenue last year, 10 million plus customers in our books, 25,000 plus employees, and more than 70,000 individual agent advisors who have been part of this group. We have been very successful in creating businesses like Max Life Insurance, Max Healthcare, Max Bupa, Max Ventures, Max Estates, and so on and so forth. In terms of our foray into real estate, so we have a real estate arm by the name of Max Estates, Max Estates Limited, which already is having a portfolio of near 1.7 million square feet, partly delivered and rest under development. The buildings or the developments that Max Estate has done so far, all of these are very marquee developments, and in itself, they are a kind of landmark. Very briefly, I'll show you some glimpses of the developments that Max Estates, which is our real estate arm, has done. So this is a commercial real estate, Max Towers in Noida. In itself, it's an address, one of the most beautiful and most functional building, as people tell us, in the city of Noida. Max House in Okhla. We just started a pre-launch of Max House last week. Max Square on Noida Expressway is another development which Max Estate is starting very soon. and this is the work is underway for this project. And on the residential real estate side, Max Estates, which is a real estate arm of Max Ventures and Industries, has a very marquee project by the name of 222 Rajpur in Dehradun, which is spread over 5 acres and very beautiful, nestled in the hills in Doon Valley. 22 bespoke villas for people who really respect the quality, both in terms of quality of materials as well as quality of life. So this is what our sister concern Max Estate has been doing in the real estate uh, space. Moving on to Antara. Uh, Ashish, can we move on, please? Some more pace. Ashish, let's move on. So let me now over here talk about the Antara offering. In a short span of time, Antara has already occupied the thought leadership space as far as senior living in the country is concerned, with the vision to be the most loved and trusted brand for seniors and their families. And with an aim to improve the quality of life, our journey began in 2010 when the whole concept of senior living was conceived. And we conducted a very thorough research, both within the country and abroad, to really understand the issues being faced by seniors. When we did this research in the country, in 6 different cities, metro cities in India, and we met scores of seniors, particularly the ones who were living independent of their children, and they shared with us the issues being faced by them, and the first and foremost being about safety and security. The second one being about healthcare. What if something happens to my partner, and what will I do? So that was a big concern that they shared with us. The third one was about their social wellness and the social lifestyle. All of the people we met, they have been living a very beautiful life, but at this stage in their life, they were worried about whether they would be able to continue this lifestyle or not because of their dependence upon various factors, dependence upon their drivers and staff, and so on and so forth. Then the next issue being faced by them was about how to maintain their large homes. They have been living in very beautiful homes, large homes, 5 bedroom, 6 bedroom, and so on and so forth. And over last many years, I had the privilege of meeting a lot of seniors in their beautiful homes. And what I realized was that although they were living in large houses, large homes, but their life was restricted to small areas within their home, restricted to the kitchen, living room, and 1 bedroom. Because in some room there was issue with air conditioning, in some room there was issue with plumbing, or kahin light nahi jal rahi, kahin there's some issue or other. So, and they always found it full of hassles to manage those large homes and maintain them. And fifth, last but not the least, uh, all through their life, they had lived a very relevant life. And at this stage in their life, they found that they were dependent upon their domestic staff for anything and everything they wanted to do in their day-to-day life. Dependence upon their maids, drivers, cooks, gardeners, safety, security staff, and so on and so forth, which made their life so full of hassle. Having understood these issues, we designed the Antara value proposition. And while we were doing so, the senior leadership team of Antara visited more than 55 senior living communities in the matured markets in the Western world and in the Pacific region, US, UK, Japan, Australia, New Zealand, to really understand the fine nuances of senior living. There is a whole science behind senior living. Unfortunately, at that point in time in the country, senior living was being viewed as just an extension of a real estate. If a developer was coming up with 4 towers, and in one of the towers they were saying that we will be selling only to people above certain age, and they were calling it senior living. Unfortunately, that is not what senior living is all about. As I said, there is a whole science behind senior living design interventions, the whole environment, service environment that needs to be created, an eye for detail, which is required, it was lacking. Having understood this knowledge, gained this knowledge, and having understood the fine nuances of senior living, we created our value proposition. And today, we are the whole offering that we have for seniors is kind of a platform offering, where on one hand we are creating beautiful communities for seniors for independent living, and we'll be talking more about that in this talk today. Then for seniors who require assistance in their day-to-day living and who require 24/7 skilled nursing care, we have care homes for them. Our first care home is already operational in the city of Gurgaon, and the second and third care homes, the work is going on, and in this quarter, by end of this quarter, they will also become operational, and these are in south of Delhi. And over a period of next year or so, we have plans to reach out to all the parts of Delhi NCR with our care home offering. Memory care, which is one very important aspect in the lives of senior. Unfortunately, today in the country, if we look at the memory care for seniors, there is only 1% demand being met by the healthcare providers in the country today. And there is so much to be done in this area. So that is the third area in which we are operational, and we will be creating our memory care centers for seniors very soon. And the next offering is the care at home for seniors. Seniors who cannot be part of independent living communities or do not want to be at the care homes and want to be managed at home itself. So we have the capability and capacity to provide all those services, right from nursing care, GDAs, or to going to the extent of creating an ICU at home. So we are providing these services to the seniors in Delhi NCR. So this is what Antara offering is at this point in time. As I said, in a short span of time, we have already occupied the thought leadership position in the senior living space, which encourages us to say with a hashtag that senior care begins with us. Ashish, can we move on, please, to the next slide? Ashish, can we move on, please, to the next slide? A very, very important aspect of Antara offering, the Antara pillars of wellness. We do not recognize only physical wellness as a pillar to be worked upon or to make our offering centered around this pillar. We realize that there are multiple pillars of wellness going beyond physical wellness, whether it is emotional wellness, intellectual wellness, environmental wellness, spiritual wellness, mental health. So combine all these pillars together, there is a holistic wellness theme which runs through all our communities. We see our residents living a very healthy, active life across all the pillars of wellness. So the whole value proposition that we have crafted and we have curated, it offers an absolute independence to our residents to curate their lifestyle. And at the same time, it is designed in such a way that they live and lead a very healthy, active life. They can age actively rather than living a sedentary lifestyle. And there are enough and more activities and rather activities that we have in our communities for our seniors to engage in. And these pillars of wellness are backbone of our entire offering and service delivery. They are core of our vision and philosophy. And both within the apartments and in the community, once you visit our community or you visit apartments, you will find and see this vision being lived in real life. Ashish, can we move on? Over here, there is a small video about, our offering in Dehradun. Let me first give you a brief about Antara Dehradun. This was our first community, and we started work on this community in 2013. We started construction in the month of December 2013, and in October 2016, precisely in 35 months, we offered the possession. The community was fully functional, and we offered the possession of apartments to our residents. One of the very, I would say, most exclusive residential community for seniors, not only in north of India, but in the entire country put together. Uh, we never say that Antara is going to offer you a luxury, because luxury is something, which has got different meaning for different set of people. But three promises that we are making to our residents, and we made to our residents in Dehradun. Um, First and foremost, the most aesthetic and beautiful apartments with a eye for detail. Very senior specific apartments, keeping in mind their safety and security. The second promise was about the quality of neighborhood they're going to have in this community. And today, with absolute sense of pride, I can share with all of you, on this call, that all our residents in Dehradun, they come with very elevated background. Most of them are professionals or very progressive business owners who have decided to, hang their professional boots and gloves. And in terms of, their past professions and occupations, most of them have been engaged in very senior positions in the government or in the multinational organizations, multinational banks, at the positions of CEOs, executive directors, and so on and so forth. And the third promise that we make is the best in class services that you could ever experience in a residential community. When you look at this small video, you will realize, what I'm talking about. The entire video is shot in the community, and all the characters that you see in this video, they are either the residents at Antara Dehradun, or they are Antara team members who are providing them services. Ashish, can we run the video, please? Thank, Thank you, Ashish. So, ladies and gentlemen, this is the kind of life our residents are living in Dehradun. और अगर मैं आपको एक्सप्लेन करूं अ डे इन द लाइफ ऑफ अ रेजिडेंट, बहुत सारी इस तरह की फैसिलिटीज़ सर्विसेज हम अपने रेजिडेंट्स को प्रोवाइड करते हैं, जो वो हमेशा जिस तरह की लाइफ वो जीना चाहते थे, बट दे कुड नॉट परस्यू दोज हॉबीज एंड पैशंस because they were so busy taking care of their responsibilities towards their profession, towards their family. और अब वक्त है, and we ask them, we tell them that this is the time when you should focus on your life and you live the life, the kind of life you always wanted to live. So for example, morning में, when you come down, you have multiple choices. आप या तो योगा करें with an expert trainer, या आप senior friendly gym में जाएं, या आप indoor heated swimming pool में swimming करें, aqua therapy करें, which can be used all the 12 months of the year since it is indoor heated pool and climate controlled pool, or you go for a walk or jog. You can engage in multiple activities. Uh, After this, you can come down to Antara restaurant and enjoy your breakfast. And we have a very unique cuisine philosophy where we serve very healthy, delicious meals to our residents, cooked under the supervision of dietitian and nutritionist, and cooked as per the dietary requirement of each and every individual resident, taking care of their preferences and taking care of their allergies. Breakfast के बाद you go back to your apartment, and after a bit of rest आप दोबारा club house में आइए. We have created a very beautiful large clubhouse in Antara. In fact, in all the Antara communities, the Antara club is going to be the heart of community. And our residents in the day, they almost spend 60% of their time in the club, engaging in different activities on everyday basis. So after your breakfast, आप नीचे club में आइए. Club में आकर, you participate in various workshops, talk shows, focus group discussions related to various subjects under the sun, starting from individual health, preventive health, well-being. Uh, it could be, these topics could be related to public health, could be personal financing, could be national issues, or the topical, very topical things which are being discussed by residents. After that, you have your lunch, and post-lunch session, we organize various residential engagement programs, those hobby classes ranging from woodcraft, music, dance, pottery, clay modeling, photography, cuisine, and so on and so forth. In my community, when I go to Dehradun and I come across a resident, I don't ask him, "How are you today, sir?" I rather ask them, "Who are you today, sir?" Because we provide, different opportunities to our residents to be who they want to be on that day. So if you're living in Antara community, today you can be a painter because you're running painting. Next day you could be an author because you would be writing a book or story, about your life, or, about any subject. Or you could be a photographer the next day, since you would be participating in the photography classes, and you'll be learning new things in your life. So that is the kind of life we are offering to our residents in Dehradun. Particularly in these times, when we are going through unprecedented times of COVID-19, we have taken enough and more precautions about the safety, security, and hygiene of our residents. Even before the government started the process of lockdown, much before that, we implemented this lockdown in our community. There is a whole team of 90 plus team members who have been staying in the community for last more than 4 months, and they haven't been to their homes. और community में रहते हुए वो हमारे residents की देखभाल कर रहे हैं, सेवा कर रहे हैं, and we have designed the hygiene and safety security protocols for our residents. And by the grace of God, God be thanked, over last 4.5 months, we have not faced any issue, and all our residents are living a very, very hassle-free life. They don't have to live a life of anxieties कि मेरी groceries कहाँ से आएंगी, my daily goods needs कहाँ से पूरी होंगी, my doctor consultations need to happen. How will that happen? How can I go out and meet my doctor? We have been taking care of all their needs in the community itself. In all our communities, we have a resident doctor and healthcare team, which stays within the community 24/7. So their healthcare needs are being taken care of primary healthcare needs are being taken care of within the community itself. And the whole concierge services and conveniences that we offer to our residents, they don't have to worry about anything in their day-to-day life, and they're living a very reassured life with this reassurance that they are relying on a system which is there to take care of them and which is there to serve them. I'm sorry, there was a bit of issue at my end. Am I audible?
Yes, Sanjay, you're audible. Please go ahead.
All right. But on my screen, I'm not getting the share screen. So can I request Ashish to move on to the next slide, please? Over here, I would want to showcase a couple of testimonials from our residents. These are the residents who have been living in Antara, Dehradun. And they would just want to share very briefly in a minute or so about the quality of life at Antara and how they have been assisted during these times. Ashish, can we run the videos, please?
I believe it was worth our decision to come to Antara, and we're just a year, as I said, we just completed our year, and we cannot thank our decision and Antara staff, and kudos to them. These 85 people who have come in and serving that with the leadership and the way they have evolved the processes, discussing interactively with the resident council all this while for the last 2 months. Thanks to all of you, and God bless. Thank you.
No stress, only feeling blessed in this crisis of our lockdown. My stay at Antara has been absolutely lovely. The GM and the entire staff here has been looking after us really well. The meals are brought in beautifully to our apartments. If we want to eat at home, we can eat at home. If we want to eat at the restaurant, they have designated tables for each families to go and sit there and have their meals. My coffee, my cappuccino has been brought home. I don't have to stress about running a home other than just the beds and the dusting being done. The housekeeping staff comes and sanitizes each and every doorknob and handles everywhere, so to look after us and keep us safe. And there's no stress on that we have to keep ration or stock up the home, because everything has been taken care of over here by Antara. Thank you so much for looking after us so well.
Ashish, move on to the next slide, please.
I'm sorry,
Mr. Sanjay, we can't hear you. You're muted. Sorry about that. I think there's some network issue at Mr. Sanjay's end. So I think he should be joining in hopefully in a moment. So Sanjay sir, can you hear me? All right. I think while he joins, I'll take you to the next slide. We have covered the Antara concept, the Antara way of living. So right now, the good news for all of us is that after the success of Dehradun project, we are coming up with the new project Antara Noida. So this project has been just launched, and the phase 1 of the project will consist of 4 acres of land with close to 320 apartments. The total project will be in 7 acres of area, with 80% of the space which will be open. Ashish, next slide, please.
Driven by the philosophy of genuine spirit of care and an eye for detail, Antara Noida Phase 1 by the Max Group invites you to experience the Antara way of life. The success of Antara Dehradun has led us to extend this unique idea of a modern independent community for seniors to Antara Noida, homes built with love and supported by a legacy of care. Come experience a new urban life on your own terms. Conveniently located in Sector 150, Antara Noida Phase 1 is a well-connected commune of independent senior living residences that understand your love for an urban life and modern amenities. With 3 residences, Antara Noida Phase 1 is spread over more than 16,000 square meters. Each apartment is tailor-made for seniors and offers an active and engaged life for the residents. We offer 3 apartment types enclosed within a well-designed community that offers exclusivity as well as multi-level safety and security. At the heart of the community lies the Antara Club. Equipped with round-the-clock state-of-the-art facilities, it is spread over a luxurious 3,900 square meters and caters to all the needs of the residents. It offers a multi-cuisine dining area, a gym, spa, salon, theatre, card room, recreational spaces, as well as 24/7 primary healthcare facilities and an emergency response team that remains accessible throughout the day. It also features an exquisite indoor pool that can be enjoyed in any season. With more than 80% open area, the green landscape is completely devoid of vehicular traffic. Moving around the community is extremely convenient with separate walking and golf cart tracks. Each tower has vehicular approach from the basement as well as pedestrian and golf cart access on the ground level. Over the years, we have refined Antara's design philosophy, which has its foundation in the endeavor to improve the quality of life through thoughtful design. Our fully finished residences offer a host of pre-installed amenities tailored specifically for seniors. These include emergency response buttons, rounded watches, sensory lighting, access. The apartments come with fully equipped modular kitchens and large wraparound balconies that reveal breathtaking panoramas of the central landscaping and the upcoming golf course. Step into your future and experience a new urban life on your own terms. Choose the next chapter of a well-lived life with Antara Noida.
Ashish, next slide, please. Sanjay, can you hear us?
My sincere apologies. Am I audible? There
Yeah,
have been some issues at my end on the connectivity, and these are the problems we face if we are not giving in the modern residential communities. It's a very live demonstration of that.
The technology is good to have. It can also desert. So no worries. We were just running through the video. We can just continue, please. Thank you.
All right, Ashish, I think you continue with this slide, and then I will go over from the next slide. I'm still grappling with my screen. Which slide are we on?
Sanjay ji, we are on senior friendly residences. So we are talking about the fully furnished apartments, the residences and amenities.
I can talk about this even without looking at the slide because we have done so much of work. So I just want to share with all the participants over here that to create our Dehradun community, we partnered with some of the finest names worldwide, and the best in class facilities. Our principal architect was Perkins Eastman from New York. The interior designing and software aspects were provided to us by a very boutique firm based out in Spain, Esteva and Esteva. Shapurji Palanji did the civil construction for us. Lotus Studio did the clubhouse. Integral did the landscaping, and so on and so forth. And we have picked up so much from all of them, since they are best in the world in their respective areas. So we have brought all those learnings into in creating Antara Noida. And there are so many senior friendly design features, design interventions, both at the apartment level or at the community level, that makes the life very convenient and very safe and secure for our residents. To share some of the senior friendly features over here with you, though the list is very, very long and there are more than 50 such design features. But some of them that come to my mind immediately are, we have provided panic alarms for emergency in each of the rooms and bathrooms. We have used anti-skid flooring, whether it is wooden flooring or the tile. They conform with the norms laid down by American with Disability Act. There are wider doors, large windows for the sake of ease of movement of our residents. Wheelchair turning radius is being provided in each and every part of not only the apartment, but in the community. Today, all our residents are young, healthy, active seniors. But as they continue living over there and as they age in place, some of them may require wheelchair assistance at some point in time. So we have ensured that a person who's on a wheelchair can access each and every nook and corner of the apartment and the community without any assistance while being on a wheelchair. Grab bars in toilets and bathrooms, electrical controls and switches at convenient height, ambient lighting and two-way switches in the apartment to ensure that the shadows are not formed, and shadows are one big reason for seniors to trip over and fall. Motion sensor lighting has been provided in the apartments, rounded edges, chamfered edges on all the walls to ensure that in the event of a fall or impact, the injury to our residents is minimized. So these are some of the senior friendly features, and there is a whole long list. Our apartments, they come in fully finished stage, the complete air conditioning with inverter ACs, both heating and cooling, all wardrobes, all cupboards, fully modular kitchen with white goods like refrigerator, chimney, microwave, water purifier, etc. These are pre-installed in each of the apartment. The whole theme at Antara is to offer a very hassle-free living experience. So we also want to give you that experience when you take possession of your apartments. So our apartments will come in a plug and play kind of format where जब आप possession लेंगे अपने apartment का, आपको उसमें कुछ भी करवाने की जरूरत नहीं है. All the fans, geysers, exhaust fans, shower cubicles, so much so that even the mosquito or fly mesh panel on all the doors and windows, UPS, etc. These all the things are provided in the apartment. So these are some of the features of our apartments. And as I said, the club, Antara Club, is heart of all our communities. So which will offer you all the modern facilities and amenities to ensure that you live a very healthy life across all the pillars of wellness. So like on the lines of Antara Dehradun, in Antara Noida, also we are creating a clubhouse which is fairly large, which will be operational day long throughout the day. nearly 44,000 square feet of clubhouse and wellness center, which you can access throughout the day. You and your family members can access and enjoy all the modern facilities and amenities ranging from indoor heated pool to senior friendly gym to activity area to card room, library, the wellness spaces where we are going to have spa, salon, theater, where you come down in the evening and watch movies with your friends, or if there is a big game, say for example Indo Park match, and you want to watch that match on a big screen with your friends, so you come down to the theater and enjoy watching match or movie in the theater. And in the wellness space, there are going to be spa, salon, consultation rooms, physiotherapy room. So for their physiotherapy sessions, either for you or for your parents, uh, you know, the residents don't have to go out to avail of all these facilities. All these facilities are available within the community itself. So that is, what our offering is all about. If you really ask me what differentiates Antara, or what differentiates Antara community from other normal real estate offerings. So basically, the first and foremost is 24 by 7 primary healthcare and emergency response system that Antara has created in its communities. Your consultations with the doctors, your consultations with the nursing staff. Some residents may require a daily injection for insulin. Some residents may would want to have their blood pressure checked twice in a week, BP levels to be checked every day. So the residents can, go to the wellness center and get the nursing consultations. And the best part is you don't have to pay for these things separately. Every time you make use of Antara facilities, whether it is a yoga instructor in the morning, or those hobby classes, you want to learn music or dance or woodcraft or cuisine, so on and so forth. When you participate in all these curated resident engagement activities, you don't have to pay separately. When you come down to theater to watch a movie, you don't have to pay for that. All these services and facilities are being provided to our residents for the sake of their social wellness, for their intellectual wellness, for their mental wellness, and of course, physical wellness is taken care of through preventive wellness measures that we adopt in the community. Ashish, can we move on to the next slide?
Next slide is about Sanjay ji offering about the different configurations of apartments.
So at Antara, Noida, we have 3 different typologies to suit your individual needs. There are 2-bedroom apartments, 3-bedroom apartments, and 3-bedroom apartment with caregiver room. And in terms of the sizes, they range from approximately 1,500 square feet, and they go up to 3,000 square feet in terms of sizes. The majority of apartments are in the median size, which is around between 2,300 to 2,400 square feet, which is a 3-bedroom accommodation, where we have 3 bedrooms with toilets, living area, dining area, kitchen, utility balcony, and 2 balconies attached with master bedroom and with the living room and kitchen. And in terms of their pricing, the pricing ranges from 1.12 crore and goes up to 2.25 or 2.3 crores. And the pricing that I'm sharing with you, in absolute spirit of transparency, this is a box price. We don't want to surprise you or give you those mild shocks later. So this pricing that I'm sharing with you, this includes everything. Everything means the GST, this includes the car park, this includes the lease rent, this includes the club membership fee, statutory dues to be paid to the government authorities. Everything is included in this. Even 12 months of maintenance charge is also included in this price. The only thing that you need to pay separately is the cost of stamp duty and registration charges once we offer you possession. And this pricing is, under a very unique industry-leading payment plan, which is a 1090 payment plan, where you are required to pay only 10% of the total amount payable at the time of booking the apartment. And the remaining 90% you will be required to pay once we offer you possession. So this is a very categorical offering. We are not saying you pay 10% now and 90% later. We are not saying that you pay 10% now and 90% closer to the possession. We are very, very categorical in assuring you and making this commitment to you that the balance amount will be required to be paid once we offer you possession, which means that at that point in time, we would have finished all the buildings, including the clubhouse. We would have received the occupancy certificate. We would have received the completion certificate, and only then we will offer the possession of the apartments. We offer you possession, you make the payment, and from next day, you can start enjoying living at Antara, Noida. So it's a very limited period offering at this point in time. You all understand, being a corporate and being a listed entity, we have certain amount of capital, which is capital and debt, which is earmarked for this project. So we will not be 100% dependent upon the collection from our residents to do the construction. So the fund.
I think we again lost Mr. Sanjay Bhatia. So that's what technology is for you. So technology is still not our best friend. So Ashish, I think we kind of covered the different configurations here. I think Sanjay is back. Yeah, please go ahead, sir.
Yeah. So Nitin, please continue. So I was sharing that just to give you this comfort to all the people that the funding for the construction is already earmarked and it is not solely dependent upon the collection from the residents. We are not real estate developers. Our lineage and our offering is a combination of lifestyle, life care, and hospitality. So that is what Antara offering is all about. We're not asking you to make a financial investment only. This is actually investment in a lifestyle. It's investment in your own life. And we promise you, we will be true to our vision to improve the quality of life of seniors that we touch upon. We will be making a positive impact on your life.
Sure, thanks. Ashish, next slide, please. Sir, talks about
sorry, Nitin, please go ahead.
Yeah, sorry. This slide talks about the Antara comprehensive plan. So we can just give the audience a feel of that comprehensive package that we have.
Okay. Once again, it's a very unique package which comes from a deep-rooted understanding of the issues being faced by a senior. Normally, when you live in residential condominiums or residential communities, you hear about a term called CAM, or common area maintenance. That is what your builder or your developer is offering you. So their offering is restricted to only the common area maintenance and having the guards on the main gate and so on and so forth. But over here at Antara, the whole service offering that we have for all of our residents is very, very comprehensive. In fact, we are offering a fully functional, fully serviced environment to our residents, where they have absolute independence to curate their lifestyle. So in Antara Comprehensive Benefit, all those features which to our mind are core to the senior living are being provided to our residents, and all the residents must subscribe to or must participate in this plan. So in Antara Comprehensive Benefit, in short, we call it ACB. The first and foremost, what we are offering you is 24/7 primary health care. So your consultations, certain number of consultations with the doctor, resident doctor who will be living in the community 24/7 are included in this package. Your unlimited consultations with the nursing staff are included in this package. There is a complete emergency response team and emergency response system which is being set up. And for any kind of emergency, whether medical or otherwise, the help will reach you as per our protocols within 7 minutes. And the condition of the resident will be stabilized in the community And after that, the resident will be shifted to the nearest healthcare facility of resident's choice. We will not be kind of making it compulsory for residents to move to a particular healthcare facility. It's all left to the choice of the residents, and we'll shift the resident to the nearest healthcare facility. So this is one part, which is about the healthcare. The second part is about the clubhouse and the facilities that we provide in the clubhouse. So as I said, we have a very busy calendar of curated engagement activities for our residents, and our residents have freedom to pick and choose those activities and participate. And when you participate in these activities, you don't have to pay separately. The whole idea of putting these activities into a package is to ensure that you are encouraged to participate in more and more activities without having to bother about that you have to pay each and every time you use a facility, you have to pay separately for that. So as I already mentioned, and at the cost of being repetitive, I'll once again say कि आप सुबह जब योगा के लिए आएंगे, you will have yoga instructor, आपको उनके लिए पे करने की जरूरत नहीं है. आप स्विमिंग के लिए जाते हैं, you will have swimming instructor over there, आपको उसको पे करने की जरूरत नहीं है. In the gym, there are going to be trained instructors who specialize in the gymming activities and exercises for the seniors. आपको उनको पे करने की जरूरत नहीं है. All those engagement activities and program that we run for our residents, including the lifestyle programs, picnics and excursions, outdoor activities, indoor activities, sporting events, and the hobby classes, आपको उनके लिए पे करने की आवश्यकता नहीं है. And in the evening, when you come down for the movies or for live dramas and shows in the theater, आपको उनके लिए पे करने की जरूरत नहीं है. This all is included in this comprehensive benefit package. The day-long access to the club, ना सिर्फ आपके लिए बल्कि आपके family members के लिए भी, they all can use the day-long club throughout the day from 6 in the morning till 10 in the evening, with Antara team members to take care of and support you at each and every step. Of course, the common area maintenance engineering is part of this. Also included in this is the sinking fund or the asset replacement fund for all the assets in the common areas. So agar kal, say for example, कुछ वक्त के बाद 2 साल 4 साल के बाद मान लीजिए एक लिफ्ट खराब हो जाती है या डीजी सेट खराब हो जाता है या STP or WTP require a replacement, will not come back to the residents and seek contribution from them to change the lift in their tower. There is asset replacement fund, which is part of this ACV plan, and all those assets are replaced without coming back to the residents. Conveniences like golf carts in the community, concierge services, Wi-Fi zones in the common areas, and so on and so forth. This is all what we are providing. And the charges for these benefit plan or ACV plan, the monthly charges are very nominal, depending upon the size of apartment, ranging from 11,000 rupees and going up to 21,000 rupees per month for these apartments for all the services that I've shared with you so far. Besides these services, there are various other services that we are offering as additional services, which can be used by residents on pay-per-use basis. For example, housekeeping services, for example, cuisine. Some residents would want that they would not want to use their kitchen at all, and they would want to have or enjoy meals in the clubhouse, in the restaurant, in the club. So of course they can do that. They are going to be on pay-per-use basis available, or as per the monthly packages for laundry, packages for ironing, for housekeeping. If you wish to, hire a driver from Antara, you don't want to keep your car there, is absolutely fine. Antara is going to maintain a pool of cars and a pool of staff members that can be hired by you on hourly basis. So this is, what entire Antara offering is all about. I think I have taken much more time than what was allocated. Kindly pardon me for going beyond the time allocated. And Nitin, we can quickly take the questions now.
Thank you, Mr. Sanjay. मतलब मैं यही कहना चाहूँगा कि I have strong conviction and जो भी हमने discuss किया है, I'm sure it will be useful for everyone. In fact, मतलब मैं generally बताना चाहूँगा, मैं सदगुरु भी follow करता हूँ. तो वहाँ पे एक चीज हम बोलते हैं कि मतलब right now in this all this life we are not enjoying life. So this life is to just feel that life or living the life more consciously, and I think this project provides us with all those things. So thank you again so much for all the information that you have provided to everyone. And I have been making notes of the questions that have been coming in through the session. So thank you so much for asking questions. I have tried to compartmentalize, group the questions together. Some of the questions which were coming, sir, I think they have already been answered. There were some questions about maintenance charges, which we have already answered. So I'll just confine myself to those questions which we can again re-emphasize. So there have been a few common questions coming in about, how is Antara offering different from other real estate. I remember you specifically covered this point, but there are some similar themes. Do you see the demand for senior living rising in the times to come? What is your experience of issues being faced by seniors, particularly the ones who are living independently without their children? So maybe we can something more on that aspect.
Though I have already covered these things, but very quickly I'll once again address the first and foremost. If I look at the senior living space in terms of demand and supply, in my first slide I shared, in the entire country there are less than 12,500 units available for seniors, whereas the senior population is growing at a very fast pace. Today we have nearly 12 to 14 crore seniors in the country. And in next few years, this is going to be nearly 10% of the population. I would also want to share here the international trends, and these trends are available on Google as well. So in US, over last 25 years, the senior living real estate has appreciated by at least 4.5% more than the normal real estate in the US. Please don't take it from me. Google it yourself and you will find, and it's purely a function of rising demand and the limited supply. And if I talk about a supply of comfortable living and fully serviced environment communities like Antara, in fact, the supply is very, very limited and very restricted. So demand is definitely going to rise, and we should see healthy appreciation happening as well. In terms of how are we different from normal real estate, three things I would say. One is the provisioning of the primary healthcare facilities in the community, which includes doctors, nursing staff, physiotherapy staff, wellness suites, and so on and so forth, and full emergency response system, which is part of the wellness. The second is engagement activities to keep our residents busy and engaged. And as I said, most of our residents in Dehradun, they spend nearly 60% of their time in the clubhouse. I normally joke with them that, when someone is buying 2,500 square feet of apartment, so I tell them in Dehradun that you're not buying 2,500, you're buying 52,500 square feet, because 2,500 to आपका apartment है और 50,000 square feet का clubhouse है, which you are going to use throughout the day. So these are the basic differentiators that we have from the normal real estate.
Sure, thank you, Sanjay ji. Just another question pertaining to investment. There's a lot of questions I've combined it. So one is like you mentioned about 1090 plan. So people wanted to know how to avail this scheme and when will be the position. That is one question. The other is, can we sell our investment anytime before or after position? Is there any charges associated with it, and what is the age criteria? So one of the, again, a few questions I saw about the people who can invest into this project. So is there any age criteria or who can invest? So these are some general questions. So we can just touch upon the investment plan a little bit, please.
So I'll address all these questions one by one. I'll begin with the last one, which is the age criteria. So Antara is, the whole community is designed for the comfort and safety of seniors. So all the facilities will be centered around seniors. But a person, if suppose someone wants to live, Nitin, if you want to live there with your parents, definitely you can live there. So a joint family living is allowed. There are no restrictions. It's your home. and there are no restrictions as such. At the time of buying, because some people may require, home loans or financing facility. So there are no restrictions on the age as far as buying is concerned. Nitin, if you wish to buy, you can, you can buy. But as per our community rules, one of the person staying in the community, once we are operational and functional, has to be 55 plus. How to avail 1090? Very simple, with a word of caution. It's a very, very limited period offer. And I got a mandate from board, and certain number of units were allowed to me to be sold under 1090. And I think the way at which, the pace at which we are generating interest from our residents and we are getting the booking, I am confident that by end of this month, we should be done with the scheme, and then we'll move back to the normal schemes, which is construction linked. So I'll only urge people who are really interested, who see their vision matching with Antara vision. I would really urge them to book the apartment. One just needs to pay 2 lakh rupees. And in 30 days time, one needs to pay 10% of the total amount payable. And balance 90% is to be paid when we offer the possession. And the other good part about this 1090 scheme is that you don't have to avail any bank loan as of now. So it is not a kind of a subvention where we ask you to take a bank loan and we pay the EMIs to the bank. Certainly not. So you don't have to block your loan ability. You don't have to have the hassles of going to a bank and seek a loan at this point in time. If you need a bank finance, you can do that, once we offer you possession. So at least 30 to 60 days before when we offer the possession, we will pre-intimate all our clients that please expect the offer of possession in next 1 to 2 months time, so that they can make arrangement of their funding and financing. They can do that. We expect the possession to be offered by end of 2024. That is what we expect. Although as per RERA, timelines have gone beyond. And this timeline I'm sharing with you as per our own project planning. God forbid if this kind of situation continues and keeps on posing a challenge on availability of labor and raw material, then possibly it may push by a couple of months, 3 months, depending upon how this situation pans out in the times to come. But as of now, with the situation that we have seen, we are confident that by December 2024, we should be able to offer the possession. There is no lock-in period for people. When you book an apartment, even before possession, you can sell it to a friend of yours, or you can sell it to someone out in the market, and Invest Advice team will definitely assist you in finding a buyer for your apartment. So there is no lock-in period. There is a transfer charge which is payable, which is nominal, which is 50 rupees per square feet of super built area of each apartment. So for the largest apartment, it translates to 1.5 lakh rupees. For the smallest, it translates to 75,000 rupees. So that is a transfer charge which is required to be paid in case you wish to sell your apartment before possession. After possession, there are no restrictions, of course. You can sell your apartment, but then the registry cost, if you already got your apartment registered, then needs to be borne once again by the new buyer, which is a normal practice out in the market. As far as restrictions on selling or lock-in periods are concerned, there are no restrictions and there are no lock-in periods. So Nitin, I hope I have answered all your questions, or is there some question which was left unanswered in this pool?
Sir, you have answered all the questions. The thing is that a lot of questions are still coming in, but because of brevity of time, I think we'll not be able to answer all the questions. So I just want to let the audience know also, we will make sure that each one of you is touch base post this webinar, and we'll touch base with each one of you. Sir, we can just take, we have a couple of minutes, and so we have already overshot time. But one question again, which was coming consistently from many people. So we can maybe answer that question, and then we can close this webinar. The question was about,
Sure.
Take care of the maintenance in the longer run. So will it be taken care of by the Max Group, or how will it happen?
Nitin, this question is very pertinent. And over here, I would also want to draw your attention and the participants' attention on the government laws of the land and rules framed in this regard. Practice which is being followed in Noida market, that at some point in time, we will be required to hand over the maintenance of common areas to RWA. But I'm very sure, and we are very, very confident that the service standards that Antara would be providing before RWA kicks in, that RWAs will decide that Antara continues to be the service provider for the common areas. I want to assure you one thing, that there are certain services and facilities which will not be part of the RWA mandate or RWA domain, which are key to Antara. For example, the primary healthcare, emergency response system, the resident engagement activities, and the entire operation of club is not going to be part of the RWA mandate because they are not part of common areas, which means that in all the times to come, Antara will continue operating the clubhouse and providing all the promised services in the clubhouse, whether they are lifestyle services or these are life care services.
Sure. Thank you so much again, Sanjay ji. I can't really appreciate the time you have taken out for this webinar. So thank you so much. And to all the audiences, I just want to say that please be assured that each one of your query will be answered personally if it has not been already answered in this Q&A. So our expert team will touch base with you post this call. You will receive all the information through email, video, and we will also have a expert person get in touch with you to explain you all the details. So looking forward to be part of this community, and thank you again so much for your time. Have a wonderful day. Enjoy the weekend, sir. Thank you.
Thank you so much. It was absolute pleasure. And I, once again, with folded hands, I say namaste to all the participants for their time. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. Thank you.